Hi there, it's Lukasz for the Tech Travel Geeks, and today we have a special video for you. The unboxing of a brand new device just announced by Xiaomi, the Redmi Note 10 Pro. We'll follow this up with a setup video and some further content as usual, so make sure to subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks and click the notification bell to get notified as soon as we release them. The Redmi Note 10 Pro is one of 4 devices announced yesterday, and it's my favorite of the bunch, so I'm really excited to check it out. It's the traditional Xiaomi box, showing off all 3 color variants, listing some specs which we'll discuss in a moment, and highlighting that Google Play support is included in this device. Once we slide the box open, get some accessories, including a SIM ejection tool, some instructions, which we'll definitely read end to end, and the warranty card, as well as a TPU case with a frosted finish, which is great to see since flip cases aren't available online when I'm recording this. Next, we get the phone itself with some key specifications on the front, but before we get to it, let's see what else we got. There's also a 33-watt charger. Our review device had a European connector, but you should get one matching your market. There's also a fast charging USB-C cable to top it off, matching the charger's orange port. But let's get to the device itself, and it's quite exciting. Our review unit is the Onyx Grey color, and it's quite similar but much more shiny than the Redmi Note 90 5G. There are also the Glacier Blue and Gradient Bronze versions available. The phone's frame is plastic, and while I'm not entirely sure what the back is made of, the quality looks quite premium for this kind of a device. It's splash-proof tested or IP53, so it should be fine to use it in any weather, as long as you don't go swimming with it. The edges are curved, and the phone is quite shiny, but will collect some fingerprints. There seems to be quite a lot of focus on the camera. Not only is the camera bump quite big, with 2 of the cameras being quite large as well, even the branding and other text on the back are all oriented as if this was supposed to be held like a camera rather than a phone. Since we've already touched on it, let's discuss the most exciting part of this device, the quad camera setup. It should be a big upgrade within the Redmi Note series, as it uses a more advanced 108 megapixel Samsung HM2 sensor. For everyday shooting, it produces 12 megapixel images thanks to the 9-in-1 super pixel technology. I can't wait to take some photos with it, so expect more content about this phone's cameras. The lens has the aperture of f1.9, so we'll have to see how well it performs. We also get an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera, which is great to see in a Redmi device. This is something I missed in the Note 90 5G, and which will add some variety to the photos. There's also an upgraded 5 megapixel macro lens, which should allow for much better macro photos, similar to the Poco F2 Pro we reviewed last year. Finally, there's a 2 megapixel depth sensor which should help with the portrait mode. Overall, I'm very excited about this setup and can't wait to check it out. On the front, there's a selfie camera as well, this time in the middle of the screen. It's a 16 megapixel sensor, which should hopefully allow for some good selfies. Speaking of the front, we have a Gorilla Glass 5 covered 6.67 inch screen. I'll just briefly switch it on so we can see what we're dealing with, including the bezels, which are quite small in here, partially thanks to the dodge or the dot notch in the middle. The screen should be another great upgrade in the Redmi Note line. Since it's an AMOLED screen rather than IPS, this should allow for better color reproduction and darker blacks. It's a flat, Full HD screen with a resolution of 1080 by 2400 pixels, which is a 20 by 9 aspect ratio, so it should be great for watching videos. What's more, it supports 120Hz screen refresh, so the software and gaming experiences should be much smoother, especially with 240 sample rate. I'm looking forward to testing it out further. As you can see, software is MIUI 12 on Android 11, but we'll discuss this further in the upcoming setup video. Looking around the device, we have the return of the carriage port, or the 3.5mm headphone jack, but this time it's at the top, next to the secondary speaker, microphone and the IR blaster. The main speaker is at the bottom, together with the USB-C port and the microphone. I'm looking forward to checking how good the audio quality is on this device. On the right hand side, there's a volume rocker, plus the return of one of my favorite features of the Redmi Note 90 5G, the side-mounted fingerprint scanner. It worked great on that device, so I'm hoping it's as good here. On the other side, there's a SIM bracket with dual SIM card support and micro SD card slot, which is great to see. One thing that's missing here though is 5G support. It's a sacrifice which was made to accommodate the chipset. The Redmi Note 10 Pro comes with an 8nm Qualcomm Snapdragon 732 processor, the same as the Poco X3 NFC, which Matteo reviewed recently. This should be a decent mid-range processor, and you can check Matteo's playthrough of the Call of Duty Mobile linked below. Also expect some gaming videos and performance comparisons with the Redmi Note 9T soon. My review device came with 6GB of memory and 128GB of storage, which should be plenty. There are also 6 plus 64 and 8 plus 128GB versions available. There's also NFC and Google Pay support, but that might depend on the market. To round off the specifications, the battery's capacity is 5020 mAh, which should keep the phone running throughout the day. There's 33W fast charging support, which should be really handy, but sadly no wireless charging. So far, I'm really impressed by this device, and especially excited to check the cameras out. As mentioned, we'll be releasing the setup video very soon, followed up by more related content, so make sure to subscribe to our channel to see more videos from us. You can also click on the video on the left for some more relevant content. But for now, I'm off to set this phone up, so thanks for watching!